Shalom, shalom. This is Moray Amir Ryder, and I want to give you all an update in regards to the ministry, where we are, and what we have coming up for the feast days. So those of you who have been following the ministry and the channel would know that we haven't been gathering corporately since mid-December due to some contractual issues and some things that we had going on with the last facility. We felt that it was best to part ways. It was just too much to do to continue to operate with the subleasing, where we're renting out a building for 1 day a week, three times a month, and we can't get the accommodations that we need and that we have actually agreed to, and just too many issues with this whole subletting thing and having another body of people in control of the things that we want to be able to do. With the vision that we have for TCA. So we had to go our separate ways. And with that being said, it was a sacrifice that we wasn't going to be able to gather corporately for a little while. This opportunity provided the men who have families to really establish their voice in their households. One thing that I stand on as a Moray is that I am a voice, but I'm not the voice. I'm not the voice of a man's household. So this gave really, and it still will continue to give as I give out the details, but it will continue to give the men the opportunity to establish their voice in their households, really put their print on the direction of their homes, strengthen their homes, and really get things intact and in order. And when we get everyone back together and we reunite corporately, then we will have a stronger ministry. We will have stronger families, and that's what it takes, right? That's what it really takes to have a thriving assembly is strong families. So we got to keep that at the focal point. But the search has come to an end. It was a very interesting search, but I am happy, I am blessed, and I'm pleased to tell you all that it has come to an end. We have our facility. And I'm excited and I'm ecstatic to be able to share this, and I can't wait to get back to fellowshipping corporately with you all. So yeah, we looked for a lot of different locations. It's a very tough balance when you're trying to figure out what it is that you want to do, how much it's going to cost, where you want to be, all these different things you got to try to figure out the balance for. And I think that we was able to do the best that we could in the surrounding areas of Atlanta. If you're familiar with the Atlanta area, things are, especially if you're trying to be more central, it's out of whack. The price tags that's on some of these facilities is crazy. But one thing that we really had to think about was, hey, people will go to where they want to be, right? That's one thing I realized with Israelites. As Christians want to go at the least amount of distance as possible. It's really because there's a church everywhere you turn your head. But Israelites, we definitely understand that they will go wherever they feel that they are being led to be. So we have our assembly. We're happy that now we will be able to meet 24/7, do whatever we want there, and really to be able to have Shabbat classes, events, feast days, be able to host all of these things here with no conflicts, with none of those type of issues that we had to deal with before. So it's really like a sense of freedom that we're about to get ready to walk into. So I'm looking forward to that. However, I will say this. Although the search is over, we will not be gathering for a few more weeks, actually. We're looking at around mid-April. Now that can change, but that's where everything is kind of scoped at right now. The reason for this is because we're having a complete overhaul of the facility. So we got the facility, agreed to the contract, but we also agreed that there was going to be updates and all these different types of things done because the place was completely out of date. It's definitely not a place that in that condition of a unit that we would have moved forward with. But per our agreement, there's a lot of renovations that's being done, and so I'm excited. It's gonna look really, really nice. So we're gonna have a place that we can gather at, hold events there, events for the community, events for us, our feast days, and like I say, just our normal Shabbat gatherings 4 times a month now because we got our own place. This is something that I'm looking forward to. But once again, due to the renovations, we may not be able to actually start until like mid-April. They said they would keep us posted, and they've been doing a good job of letting us know the progress of everything. But as of right now, that's what it is. And if things change, we will definitely let you all know. But as of right now, keep that in mind. I know some people have inboxed us, especially a lot on Facebook, on our Facebook page, about, they're in town and they want to visit, or some people who are local who've been looking for somebody to fellowship with. Well, we will be reestablishing our assembly very, very soon. So just continue to be a little more patient. We're almost there. We are almost there. Now, concerning Passover. Passover will be held at our location on April 21st. Let me pull that up real quick. All right. So you can register at www.atlpassover.eventbrite.com. Once again, it's on the flyer on the screen. It's www.atlpassover.eventbrite.com. Registration is required for this. All right, it's not an expensive event, but there are some fees that's associated with it. But this is very, very, very minimum. But the meal will include lamb, bitter herbs, and unleavened bread. Now, one thing that we want to do at TCA is that we try to establish as much culture as we can. And so with this one, and then we're going to continue to progress, but this year, what we're going to do is we're going to actually, some of us who are local, we are going to pick out the lamb that we're going to have. All right. So we're not quite Exodus yet, but we're headed in that direction, to try to make this memorial as close as we can. But this year we will be picking out the lamb that we're going to have slaughtered for us to eat on Passover, and it will come from our brothers at Atlanta Harvest, our Hebrew brothers over there. So it will come from our Hebrew brothers, and we will be the one to pick it out, but we will have it professionally butchered. But like I said, we will continue to progress. So next year, and I've already been talking to my elder and trying to get some things in order so that we can actually get trained on how to properly slaughter and butcher the lamb ourselves. And then, once we get that, we in there. We're gonna be doing our own, picking out our lambs. Eventually I may end up having them on my land, and I'll just pick one from the backyard and try to get it as close as we possibly can to keeping the laws, statutes, and commandments the way that the Most High would like to see us. Even though we are in the land of our captivity, it is still my heart's desire to try to do as much as we possibly can to establish the culture that is there in the text, and to walk out the ordinances as much as we can. We know we can't do everything completely, right? But as much as we can, it is my heart's desire that we do so. So here we go. We got the new location. We got Passover coming up, where we will pick out our own lamb, and we will have the meal at sunset, just like the scripture says. So I'm looking forward to it. I hope you all are looking forward to it. Don't forget to make sure you register. Also, before I forget, to make sure you are up to date with what's going on with the ministry, subscribe to our newsletter. All right. Email us at info.torahculture@gmail.com. And by doing that, we will be able to keep you up to date with everything that's going on. So if there are any changes, the people in the email know first. So the people in the email have known that we've had a new building for maybe like 7-8 days now. Something like that. They've known a little longer. So they found out things a lot faster. So especially when it comes to events, feast days, other events that we may host, they're going to get the information faster because it's just easier for us to do this. I'm not the only busy person in the world, but I'm quite busy. So to sit here and make videos and then upload it, it takes a lot more time than it does for our team to put together the email and send that out to the mailing list. They get that a lot quicker. So please, if you're interested, not just being nosy, right? Not just being nosy. If you're actually interested in keeping up with what's going on with the assembly and you actually support the assembly, please make sure that you reach out to us so that we can put you on our mailing list. Last thing. So if you want to donate, the information is on the screen. You can send your donations to paypal.me/torahculture. Also, if you want to send it to the Cash App, it is $torahculture. So typically, your donations in the past have definitely been greatly appreciated because they helped us with supplies. It helps us pay some bills. It helps us operate. In this transitional state that we're in right now, your donations will mean even more. And I don't want to sound like I'm begging or anything like that, but I'm just letting you know that it is appreciated, because unlike the last facility, although we were only getting the facility for 3 days out the month, 3 Saturdays out the month, it came fully furnished. So they had the chairs, they had the screen, they had the projector, they had the musical instruments, they had the computers, they had everything that we use for operating procedures, normal operating procedures. We don't have that here, so everything is starting from scratch. So yeah, stuff like renovations, we're not using nobody's donations for renovations. That's already in our contract. That's another side deal. But as far as like the things that we would need to operate it according to how we desire to operate it, right? We still want to continue to have the youth classes that we had. The youth seem to really be getting something out of that. We got a few chairs. We would like to have some more chairs to accommodate people. Things of that sort, just the normal operating stuff. If you are interested in donating, once again, the information is on the screen, and during this transitional state, it is even more appreciated than it. I don't want to belittle how much I appreciated the donations before, but I also want to just stress how much they will be appreciated moving forward in this transitional state that we're in. So if you're interested in supporting the ministry, there you go. The information is on the screen, and I pray that you are blessed for whatever donations that you give, whether it's $5 or it's more. And if you decide that you don't want to support, or you decide that you don't want to give, by all means, I pray that the Most High will watch over you and bless you as well. There's no love lost. It is no love lost. But we appreciate you all who do support the ministry, whether you watch the videos, you share the videos, you like the videos, you comment on the videos. If you donate to the ministry, any way, shape, or form that you show some type of support for this ministry, you are greatly appreciated. So we love you. We love you. We absolutely love you. So we will be back functioning very, very soon, and I'm excited about that. All right, so I am Moray Amir Ryder, and I will talk to you all later. Peace and shalom.